Week 17, traders. For a long time now, I've been saying it's been a waiting game. And that waiting game is just about over. I see another bullish pattern in AG, and these just keep racking up. There is nothing telling me that silver is bearish. And if silver is bullish, I'm expecting the US dollar to drop like a frickin' rock. I said that from December 20th, 2016. That's when I went public with it. I felt this way since September 2016, and no one on earth could tell me that I am wrong right now, especially with all the evidence and proof that I have. And I see another 200 EMA squeeze in AG. So I first want to show you just real shortly here DO and what that 200 squeeze meant for DO. So if you remember that, it was very beneficial for us. So after we just check out DO real quick, we're going to jump into AG. Let's rock, baby. Okay, real short here. Here's DO, September 2017. I talked about the 200 EMA squeeze, and look what that led to. Sure seems like a hell of a lot of buyers loved that pattern. And, well, I'll talk about DO when it's time, but I just wanted to remind you that's what a 200 EMA squeeze is. So let's jump into AG. Here's AG's longer term daily chart since our purchase price at number 1. You can see the downward wedge, or what seems to be a downward wedge to me. I might make the mistake and just simply call it that because that's what I believe it is. And we're sitting over there at number 6. And I see these stochastics starting to turn back up, which is telling me that buyers are stepping back in. MACD indicator now is above the divergence line, and the relative strength indicator is climbing. There is nothing that gives me any doubts about where this is headed. And we're fighting at that 200 EMA. Once we get above that bitch, we're going to find support, and this baby's taking off. And I have plenty of reasons why. But there's something I noticed this week, right around number 6. So let's zoom into the number 6 area. I'm going to get rid of the trend lines, and I want to show you guys something very exciting. Okay, last week I was extremely excited about the breakout. We're still there, guys. Trust me, the market's got plenty of games. It's going to play with your head over and over again. Every single week you need to expect the same BS over and over again. But what I see here over the past couple weeks is past few weeks, probably 3 or 4, we have a 200 EMA squeeze. And we just looked at DO and what that's led to. And what you need to expect from what you've learned in the past is that the buyers are going to show us this, the professional buyers are going to show us the same behaviors over and over again. It is my theory that trading the markets is mostly a fight, a psychological fight. They're going to play with your heads. They're going to make you think it's going in one direction. They're going to turn that bitch around, head right in the other, and it's going to leave you with your dick in your hand wondering what the hell's going on. Not anymore. Not this time. No one's going to fool me this time. There are nothing but bullish patterns over and over, and the stochastics are telling me buyers are stepping back in again. Look at how it keeps playing with the 200 EMA right there. Toughest resistance area. We're trading above the pivot point for the month at 593, and there is no signs of this headed back down. Nothing. And look how the DO trade turned out. Once we got past this pattern, those professional buyers just kept buying and buying, and I believe we're going to get a huge spike in DO. But we'll get to that. So here you go, guys. Keep learning. Keep all this information underneath your belt for future trades. I'm telling you, this shit works. It's not easy to learn. It takes a long time. You're going to probably lose a lot of money doing it on your own. But no one on earth is going to tell me any differently. And the wait and the patience and the work that we put into this, there's going to be huge rewards at the end, and this will all be worth it. Mark my fucking words. Silver Futures weekly chart. You can see we just keep bouncing off that 18-year trend line underneath us. 2 weeks ago we gapped up. I believe we broke out of the pattern. Last week was a retest. Had to come back down. That all happened in one day, that huge drop. And it's just sitting there stagnant right on the 18-year support trend line again. Sure seems to me that is a hardened, solid support area that the sellers are frightened of. Sellers are not going to take a chance with their money trying to keep selling off silver on an 18-year support trend line. Oh, I'm so sick and tired of this trade. You need patience. I am not perfect. I make millions of mistakes a year. Not this time. I've done my homework. I have stayed on this mother. I am expecting a rally. I believe I will receive it. And I believe those who stay with me will also reap the rewards. Here we go. I don't know what's going to happen this week. I don't know if we go stagnant one more week. We dip below that 18-year support line, and then on Thursday, Friday, buyers step back in trying to fool us and we get that reversal candlestick. Or if we bounce and go straight into a vertical rally. I don't know. But in due time, I'm sure I'm going to be able to prove that I've made the right choices. No one on earth is going to tell me differently. DO, daily chart. This is what we've already talked about before AG. Let's just take a look at that 2200 EMA squeeze and what it's led to. Sure seems like a hell of a lot of buyers just kept stepping in over and over. Stochastics in the overbought area embedded. Just like I said last week, DO ended up going sideways for 5 days, just like I said last week. I'm telling you guys the same thing again. It's waiting for the 200 EMA to catch back up. And just like in the beginning of 2018 when it broke down back underneath the 20 EMA, I don't believe the same thing's going to happen again. I'm sure the market wants you to look at the beginning of 2018 and think, oh, well, it's going to drop again. Why should I stay in here? Maybe I should just take my profits and run. Well, let's take a look at the crude oil futures. And there are good things going on in the crude oil futures, and that's what makes me believe DO, after it comes down, finds support on that 20 EMA, this bitch is taking off. Weekly chart on crude oil futures. For a long time now, I've been telling you that I think I'm going to be getting rid of that upper diagonal blue resistance trend line. For the past 2 weeks, we've managed to get on top of it. Last week sure looks like we found support on it. And what I am now expecting, since stochastics are turned back up, headed in the overbought area, I believe there are nothing but buyers in crude oil. And we know the rules. DO, our oil stock, is going to do what the crude oil futures are going to do. And if the crude oil futures found support on top of resistance, I am now expecting a spike. That spike is going to include nothing but buyers. I still have that $87 target up above us. I've felt that way since the beginning of 2017. That's when I decided that's where it was headed to. That's my sell target. Well, I'm not going to say that. We're going to take things week by week, and we'll see where it goes. That's my first target right now, is that $87 marker. And if that happens, DO is going to follow. Now, I'm still waiting for the 20 EMA and DO to catch back up, find support and take off, but I'm looking at the crude oil futures. We're on top of the 200 in the weekly, the longer term outlook. We're on top of that blue diagonal resistance, or what was resistance, now support. Guys, the MACD indicator on the bottom's turned back up above the divergence line. I'm expecting a long-term rally. Weekly chart in the US dollar, things are looking great. We lost support on the 200 EMA back at the end of 2017. I'm talking to all the newbies on investing.com, and they're waiting for a $125 rally. So adorable. Okay, well, once you lose support on the 200 EMA, which is the most important resistance support area, and lost support, went down, came back up, tagged it from underneath, and on Friday, sellers started stepping back in strong. Seems like all the intelligent ones with experience knew what was going on Friday. I wonder how the newbies over there are going to feel Monday next week. It may be stagnant for a couple days. I never know exactly when things are going to happen. But that little stem over there after tagging the 200 on that last green candlestick tells me sellers are stepping back in. And if you look at this chart, I've got 16 months of proof telling me sellers are in charge. Period. The trend is your friend. It's rule number one. It's 101. And we don't call tops, we don't call bottoms, because you are going to bite the big one sooner than later when you do it. Follow the trend. Trading 101. Oh my gosh. Just as a reminder, here's our long-term outlook. Pick the silver bottom in 2016 within 13%. Pick the top of the USD within 1%. No one on earth can tell me that I'm wrong. I'm going to follow my gut instincts, stick with the experience I've learned over the past decade, feel confident every single night I go to bed. We're headed in the right direction. I'm going to soon update this. I feel as if just for shits and giggles, I should update this. It'll only help to relax everyone, because it's only going to look better and better. Here's your reminder. We are in this for the long haul. It's headed in the direction we want. Stay exactly where you are. I believe you've made the right choice. And soon we will reap the benefits. It's my opinion. It's not easy. This is very, very difficult. A lot of time, a lot of experience in this, a lot of work. Stay where you are. Here's the guy that says stay where you are.